Welcome to TRK Studio, where timeless elegance meets refined small space living. Today we explore how to create iconic Chanel aesthetics with balance, texture, and quiet luxury. If you love sophisticated interiors designed with intention, subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. As we step into this small Parisian-inspired living room, notice how the black and ivory palette immediately creates quiet confidence. The paneled walls feel tailored, almost couture, while the boucle sofa softens the contrast beautifully. Brass and marble add that whisper of refinement without overwhelming the space. I want you to see how every object has breathing room, nothing excessive, nothing loud. Even the mirror is placed to gently expand the light. This is the essence of Chanel aesthetics in compact living. Disciplined, balanced, and undeniably elegant for everyday comfort and timeless visual harmony. In this refined studio corner, elegance comes from precision. The quilted wall detail feels like a subtle nod to couture craftsmanship, yet it remains architectural and understated. Smooth ivory cabinetry hides clutter, allowing marble and lacquer finishes to quietly shine. I want you to notice the symmetry, how each element feels intentional and composed. The lighting glows softly, never harsh, enhancing the textures instead of competing with them. This is how a small space transforms into something distinguished. When everything is carefully curated, even the simplest corner begins to feel like a private Parisian retreat. Here in this intimate bedroom, softness meets structure. The ivory paneling frames the space like tailored lines of a classic jacket, while the quilted headboard introduces warmth and texture. I love how the mirrored wardrobes expand the room without adding clutter. You can almost feel the calm created by symmetry and gentle lighting. Marble and brass accents remain restrained, offering refinement rather than excess. This is a bedroom designed for serenity, where every detail supports rest and sophistication. In a small space, discipline creates beauty, and beauty creates lasting comfort. As we move into this dining nook, the round marble table becomes the quiet centerpiece. Its shape invites intimacy while keeping circulation fluid in a compact layout. Velvet chairs introduce comfort, and matte black paneling adds depth without heaviness. I want you to see how the antique mirror enhances light and dimension. Even the table setting feels measured and graceful. This is not about grandeur, but about refinement. When color, texture, and proportion are balanced thoughtfully, a small dining corner becomes an elegant setting for memorable evenings and meaningful conversations. This entryway proves that first impressions do not require large square footage. The black lacquer console stands confidently against ivory paneling, while marble and brass add subtle richness. Notice how the mirror stretches the perspective, welcoming light deeper into the home. Every decorative object is curated, never crowded. I want you to feel that calm as you imagine walking through this space. In Chanel-inspired interiors, restraint becomes power. Even a narrow hallway can express heritage, precision, and timeless elegance with clarity and poise. In this compact bathroom, monochrome marble establishes immediate sophistication. Matte black fixtures create graphic contrast, while brass and crystal introduce warmth. I encourage you to notice how the lighting softens every surface, allowing reflections to feel gentle rather than sharp. Storage is concealed, preserving visual calm. Even the smallest details are aligned carefully, reinforcing balance. This is how a modest bathroom feels luxurious without excess. Chanel aesthetics here are about clarity and refinement, turning daily rituals into moments surrounded by quiet beauty and thoughtful craftsmanship. This cozy reading corner celebrates texture and calm. The boucle armchair invites comfort, while black shelving frames curated books with disciplined structure. I love how the brass accents catch light subtly, never dominating. The antique mirror reflects depth, expanding this intimate area visually. Notice the layering of wool and oak beneath, grounding the palette warmly. In small homes, these thoughtful compositions matter. When everything has purpose and harmony, even a single corner becomes a sanctuary of sophistication, echoing the elegance of Parisian salons in a modern setting. In this small kitchen, simplicity feels elevated. Ivory cabinetry keeps the atmosphere light, while matte black hardware sharpens the lines. Marble surfaces add timeless character without overwhelming the scale. I want you to notice how glass cabinetry and underlighting enhance depth subtly. The oak herringbone floor grounds everything with warmth. This is the beauty of Chanel-inspired design, blending heritage with functionality. A compact kitchen does not limit refinement. With disciplined color choices and precise detailing, daily routines unfold in an environment that feels calm, mature, and enduringly elegant. Here, layered textures bring life to a compact living area. The black paneled wall anchors the room, while cream boucle and velvet soften its strength. Marble tables and brass lighting provide quiet sparkle. I encourage you to observe how balance prevents heaviness. Even artwork and decor are chosen carefully, allowing air between elements. This is a lesson in proportion. When materials are rich but arranged with restraint, a small room feels curated rather than crowded, expressing timeless Parisian confidence in a contemporary home. This studio bedroom demonstrates how mirrors and symmetry can expand perception beautifully. The quilted headboard adds couture texture, while satin bedding enhances softness. Notice how slim black tables and brass details maintain graphic clarity. Lighting remains warm and controlled, creating intimacy. I want you to feel how the oak flooring and panel molding ground the space with heritage. In a compact studio, thoughtful alignment and minimal ornamentation create luxury. Elegance is not about size, but about composition and harmony. In this elegant home office, structure guides the design. Ivory paneling provides classic framing, while the black desk introduces contrast and authority. Marble and brass accents elevate function into refinement. I invite you to notice how shelving remains organized and uncluttered, preserving calm focus. Even the rug softens acoustics and visual lines. Chanel aesthetics in a workspace emphasize discipline and quiet confidence. When a small office feels composed and tailored, productivity becomes effortless and beautifully supported. This lounge area shows how subtle stripes and boucle textures can enrich a compact space. The marble coffee table adds permanence, while the black console anchors the wall. Reflections from the antique mirror amplify natural light gracefully. Notice the balance of softness and structure throughout. Every decorative piece is placed with breathing room. I want you to see how restraint keeps the atmosphere sophisticated. Even in a modest lounge, harmony of materials creates enduring elegance. In this dressing area, satin ivory wardrobes create seamless calm. Black framed panels add definition without heaviness. The marble vanity surface reflects light gently, enhancing clarity. I love how brass pulls and crystal accents add discreet glamour. Notice the symmetry in arrangement, reinforcing order and refinement. Even within limited square footage, thoughtful composition ensures luxury feels effortless. Chanel-inspired aesthetics here celebrate detail, discipline, and timeless grace in daily rituals. This breakfast corner radiates understated charm. The round marble table encourages closeness, while ivory chairs soften the monochrome scheme. Matte black molding adds architectural interest subtly. I want you to observe how crystal lighting warms the palette without overpowering it. Oak flooring grounds the space naturally. Even a small morning setting can feel elevated when proportion and restraint guide design. Elegance thrives in balance and thoughtful detailing. Floor-to-ceiling drapery instantly elevates this compact living room. The cream sectional feels inviting yet refined, framed by black accents and marble surfaces. Brass lighting introduces warmth delicately. Notice how the oversized mirror enhances openness without clutter. I want you to sense the layered lighting creating intimacy. Chanel aesthetics here demonstrate that softness and structure coexist beautifully. Even limited square footage can feel expansive and luxurious with measured composition. In this guest room, the black-white-gold palette establishes calm sophistication. The quilted headboard references couture subtly, while satin bedding feels tailored and smooth. Brass tables and marble lamps add refined detail without excess. Mirrored wardrobes reflect light, increasing spatial depth. I encourage you to notice the disciplined symmetry throughout. A small guest room can feel gracious and welcoming when balance guides every element. This hallway gallery transforms transition space into artful expression. Matte black frames contrast elegantly against ivory walls. Brass lighting highlights artwork gently. The marble-topped console anchors the composition with structure. Notice how the antique mirror extends perspective. Even narrow corridors deserve intention and beauty. With Chanel-inspired discipline, a small hallway becomes a refined passage filled with quiet sophistication. In this open-plan studio, cohesion defines elegance. Black and ivory elements repeat consistently, connecting kitchen and living areas seamlessly. Marble countertops and brass pendants elevate functionality. Boucle seating softens the graphic palette. I want you to see how mirrored accents expand light naturally. Even in compact layouts, unified materials create flow. Refinement emerges from repetition and restraint. This fireplace wall illustrates how focal points can anchor small spaces gracefully. Black paneling frames white marble beautifully, creating strong contrast. Brass candle holders introduce warmth and symmetry. Cream seating softens the composition. Notice how lighting enhances depth without glare. In Chanel-inspired interiors, the fireplace becomes architectural jewelry. Even modest rooms feel distinguished with thoughtful framing. In this powder room, black lacquer and marble form a striking yet controlled contrast. Brass framing around the mirror adds subtle glow. Ivory molding maintains architectural heritage. Lighting remains warm and flattering, never harsh. I encourage you to see how careful alignment preserves calm. Even a small powder room can express timeless refinement. This compact balcony captures Parisian charm with disciplined styling. Ivory cushions soften black wrought iron, while the marble bistro table adds permanence. Brass lantern lighting creates gentle ambience at sunset. Neutral textiles keep the palette cohesive. I want you to imagine quiet evenings here. Even outdoor spaces benefit from Chanel-inspired restraint and elegance. Finally, this complete apartment overview shows how cohesion transforms small living. Black, white, and gold elements repeat harmoniously across zones. Marble, boucle, and oak create layered richness. Mirrors expand light, while symmetry maintains calm. I want you to see that elegance does not depend on size. With discipline and intention, every compact home can feel timeless, refined, and beautifully composed. Thank you for spending your time with TRK Studio. I hope this inspiration helps you transform your small space into something truly elegant and enduring. If you enjoyed this design journey, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment sharing your favorite detail. See you in our next refined creation.